On this video, we're going to look at how to do graphs in Excel. What I want you to get used to is not being afraid to experiment, not being afraid to try a graph or a chart and then go, oh, that doesn't look quite right, I'll just start again, or I want to change the style of it and those kinds of things, and experiment. And especially at this stage, because this is not an assess piece, so you want to get used to doing different graphs and how they look and what suits your data, because at this stage you'll be learning, then it is about just trying things out. So in this particular task, you're asked to do a graph, well, a bar chart, should I say, in this case a bar chart, to show the home matches record for all clubs. So the home matches record for all clubs is in L to P. So column L to P shows that. So if we highlight across here, and I am actually taking the text with it as well, because that's going to allow the spreadsheet to figure out what the data actually is, and it's going to help. Sometimes it helps and sometimes it doesn't. So then I click insert up here, and I'm just hovering over things here. There's a recommended charts, column, bar chart, and all those sorts of things. So we've been asked to do a column or bar chart here. So if I click that there, and then I can hover over all these different ones, I'm not clicking anything here, and I get all these different varieties. Now, we can go through them. I know I'm flicking through them fast, but I'm just giving you ideas. I think that one suits my purpose. I could do that one, but I think because there's that much data on this one, that I'm just going to go for something really simple. I know it asks for a bar chart, but I'm just going to do a column here. A bar chart just goes horizontal and a column goes vertical. So I'm just going to click that, which is going to give me this chart. I'm then going to drag it, not like that. I'm going to drag it from here all the way across here. Okay, just so it gives me some room to actually make it bigger, because I think it needs to be bigger. So if I make it bigger like this, maybe that's a bit too big because it's going off the screen then. Okay, so just a little bit smaller. All right, make it wider. I'll get it right eventually. Okay, so we've got this chart here, and immediately, because I brought the text with it, the column labels, it's brought the won, the draw, the lost, the goals for, and goals against, and they're color coded here. So I quite like that, it does the job. So the blue ones is how many games were won, and the goals and the draw and the loss, and all in different colors. So that's quite handy for me there. What's not handy is that it doesn't actually know here what these particular columns actually are, and they're supposed to be the clubs. So I've clicked on there, and I've gone right click, and I've gone select data on there. Okay, so if you look, the horizontal category access label here is saying that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I don't want that, so I'll go edit here, and then I'm going to go into select range down here, and then I'm going to come back across my spreadsheet here and select all the club names down here. Okay, like this. And then I'm going to click that again and click OK. And now it's replaced that horizontal category access labels with the names of the team. So if we come back to it here, look, they've suddenly appeared down there now. And because of the space that is actually needed, it's put them at a 45-degree angle. I couldn't mess about with that. I'm not going to bother. So that's quite nice for me there. Just clicking off that so you don't see that thing there. I'm not going to bother actually changing these values there, because they're representing points or score or number of games played and all that kind of thing. So I'm not really going to bother with that there. However, I might want to put an axis on here. So an axis label should say on here. So I can do that right click, and I can go format axis, and I can put text on there, and I can do whatever I want. I can also mess about in here. So while I've got format up, I can get that to be, I don't know, I might want a gradient fill in there, something like that. I can have no fill, I can do what I like in there. So I can do all sorts of different things in there and mess about with things, and you can play about with that, as I say. So just clicking off that there, this plus button here is also handy, because that can give me like an axis title in there. I'm not going to bother with axis title because I think it's quite handy. I could put data labels in there. Look, I'm not clicking, I'm just hovering. The data labels actually, it becomes a bit jumbled up there because it's too small. The data table could be handy. So that actually just shows the data that's being represented by the graph there. So I could have that if I want, but I'm actually just going to leave it as it is. Okay, so I've clicked off that again. This chart title up here, I've double clicked on there, and this is the home matches record. That's what that's showing in there. So that gives you an idea of how to do a graph for that one, and you can follow the similar principles for some of the other ones. Hope that helps.